You bring this over to your friend's house, everyone's gonna love you. They're gonna ask you to bring it every single time. I can guarantee it. What's going on, everyone, and welcome to What's Cooking. Friends don't let friends put canned chicken into buffalo chicken dip. That's why we're here today to share our buffalo chicken dip recipe with a whole chicken. It's as simple as seasoning up this bird, throwing it on the grill, taking it off, shredding up this chicken, and mixing it up with our ingredients to make a delicious buffalo chicken dip. So, whether you are watching the big game, going over a friend's house to hang out, or sometimes just like me, you need a little guilty pleasure to eat for supper, this is the perfect recipe for that. And again, seriously, friends don't let friends put canned chicken into buffalo chicken dip. Let's get to making this recipe.
We're going to start by taking our full chicken and patting it dry, making sure all of the moisture is off this chicken. Once we have it patted dry, on the outside, we're going to worry about the backside and also the inside under the skin, just making sure that there is no water or chicken juices anywhere. Once we are done with that process, we can then get to seasoning. We are again using some Meat Church, some of my favorites, The Gospel and Holy Voodoo. I'm gonna pop this barbecue prep tub up to keep them inside. And then we're gonna do like I've talked about in the past, we're going to layer on the seasonings, starting with the sweeter heat down below and really topping off with the Voodoo, the heat on top. Making sure we get everything covered. We'll do the top side, flip it over, do the back side. Once we have the whole chicken on the outside seasoned, we'll flip it back over, and I'm gonna take my hand and I'll lightly put pressure in between the skin and the breast, just kind of pulling the skin off of the chicken. After we've got that, I'm gonna pour a mixture of both seasonings into my hand, and we'll pop that skin back up and put the seasoning mixture onto the chicken breast directly. This will add a lot of really good flavor to the chicken breast once we're done cooking. If you haven't done this before, I definitely recommend making sure you're doing it. After all this work, our chicken got a little messy, so I'm just gonna add some more Voodoo to the top just to pretty it up a little bit. After that, we'll go outside, fire up our Masterbuilt. Honestly, this is becoming one of my favorite grills. It's so simple, and I love the smell of charcoal cooking. After about 4 or 5 minutes, we'll pull these guys out, put them on the side, and our grill will get going. Once we reach about that 350 degree mark, I'm just gonna take the chicken, put it right in the center, close the lid, and walk away. We'll come back out. This thing's sitting at about 165 and it is looking perfect. We'll pull it off and let it cool down before we start pulling this chicken. Once we're cooled down, I'm gonna slice down the middle and just kind of pull this breast off with my fingers, flip it over, and do the exact same thing on the other side. This allows for just a really simple way to pull all this chicken. The chicken was shredding beautifully and it was so juicy. I almost wanted to eat the whole thing right now, but I knew that there was gonna be a payoff putting this into the buffalo chicken dip. Just look at this texture on this stuff. This stuff was delicious. So getting into the buffalo chicken dip, we're going to add 2 cups, heaping cups. You can add a little bit more like I did here, but 2 heaping cups of chicken into our pan. You can put the rest of the chicken off to the side and use that for a later recipe. We'll then take 1 block of cream cheese, put that right in the middle, and we're gonna use a full bag of shredded cheese, just kind of spreading it all over the place here. After that, we'll take a 1/2 cup of buffalo sauce and put that right into our mixture, and then we'll do the same thing with a 1/2 cup of ranch and pour that right on the top onto our pan. Once we've done that, we can then mix this all up, trying to break up the cream cheese as much as possible. Don't worry, the cream cheese will melt and it'll mix in, but try to get as much cream cheese around as you can, and then we'll throw this back on the Masterbuilt at 350, checking it every so often just to see how it looks, and like I said, mixing it up so we can get that cream cheese spread out evenly throughout this dip. What I'm looking for this to be done is 1, for everything to be hot inside, 2, for the cheese to be melted, and 3, for the brown crusty cheese you can see on the outside of the pan here. That's when I know that this is looking perfect and it is done to perfection. Once we get inside, we will add some feta to the top, and we're going to chop up some green onions just to add a little bit of flavor on the top, and they just look good finishing up this dish.
All right, we got this thing off the master build, and I've got nothing to say. Just look at it, it's perfect. It's just amazing. But one other thing, I'm really excited to see what the master build offers to this buffalo chicken dip. I smell like charcoal. I smell amazing, honestly, but that's just my opinion on that. I wanna see if the charcoal flavor gets into this buffalo chicken dip. So let's do that. Let's dip into this thing. Let's see how we did. Oh yeah. So I really like the consistency we're seeing here. It's not too runny. The chicken is all loaded up. We got some feta in there. This is gonna be good. Yeah, I need more of that. Just a little bit of heat, not too much. This chip's gone. But, oh man, it's just perfect. It's just perfect. There's nothing else to say about it. So, make this. It's super simple. And remember, we don't use canned chicken. You bring this over to your friend's house, everyone's gonna love you. They're gonna ask you to bring it every single time. I can guarantee it. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys later.